Well, a very good afternoon to you from the port of Felixstowe. It's the afternoon of the 18th of February and coming up for about, 12 minutes to 3. And it's just coming towards the end of the period of red warning that we've got. But I think at the moment it's blowing pretty hard here. I'm not entirely sure of what the wind strength is, but pretty strong. It's strong enough to actually lift the spray from the top of the waves, which is quite unusual, really. I've only seen that a couple of times in my whole life. It's pretty impressive. The picture, I'm sorry, is fairly shaky, really, just because of the wind hitting the car. So it's a pretty breezy old afternoon here at the port of Felixstowe. Hope you can see what I'm saying. Glad to hear from you if you would like to give me a shout. Peak for seat. Hello, Brian. Yeah, I think you're right. It's 50 to 60 now. I'm going to have a little look on the wind gauge and see what the port reckons it is. I think we'll have a little look if we can. Hello, Alida. Hello. Hello, Sarah. How are you? You're glad you're indoors. You should be actually watching the women curling. Well, I'm glad to see that you're watching this as well, which is good news, isn't it? I love it. There's a few people down here. It's quite busy. A lot of people about the place. Mostly not out of their cars. I was out of my car for a little while, but a very little while, I have to say. Let's see what we've got on wind speed just now. Afternoon, Gondola. How are you doing? See what we've got on the wind speed. Yeah, we've currently got gusts running at about 55 miles an hour, according to the land speed wind sensor. So it's pretty damn breezy. I'm surprised to see the spray lifting off at that speed. I thought it was going to be nearer, maybe 60 miles an hour, maybe 65, something like that. But as you can see, it really is quite lively out there. So, Tree Church, thank you very much indeed. Yes, I'll do my best, mate. Jenny, yeah, and Brenda, and Clive. Yes, good Lord. But it is really windy and horrible, I have to tell you. I'm staying watching the women curling. My goodness, look at that. I'm going to cut a little thing out of here just to get rid of something. I want to give you a bit better picture. Let's get rid of that and get rid of that and get rid of that. I'm sorry about that, Sarah. But you can see a bit more clearly now, I hope, where the spray is lifting off from the waves. Quite impressive, really. Hi, Marina. Yeah, it's pretty impressive. And spray is coming off the water. It's really, really quite an impressive sight. I've only seen that a couple of times in my increasingly long life, and I have to tell you, it's an impressive sight. The wind is supposed to fade somewhat later in the day, hopefully. supposed to drop down to about 25, 30 miles an hour later tonight. And it's supposed to start falling away quite soon. We drop out of the edge of the red area quite quickly, I think, the red alert area, but we are still in the amber alert area, which is wind speeds up to around 60 miles an hour. So that's quite an impressive little old breeze, isn't it, really? Don't know what it's like on the actual seafront at Felixstowe. We might have a look at that in a moment, but in the meantime, looking at this is pretty fearsome enough to be going on with, isn't it, really? Shirley, the weather is not, well, no, in Virginia, my goodness. Well, I don't know, have you got 70, you haven't got 70 miles an hour of breeze today, Shirley. Chris Sharkey, if there was, I'd be glad to be aboard. What can you say? But I'd be interested to see how you get on with steering it and handling it and running it up on the beach. That would be exciting, wouldn't it? Do that one, I think. I had a look when I was driving around here and didn't see any container stacks gone. I'm surprised about that. I thought we might lose a couple because they are stacked around, I think, 5 high in some parts of the stack yards. It depends if there's an empty that's, I guess, not very secure on the stacks. I don't know what our friends on the port would tell us about that, but interesting one. My goodness, look at that. Look at that. It's just so impressive, isn't it, really? My goodness. Well, we've still got a blue sky. We've got the clouds piling past. We had a little rain a little earlier, but that's now vanished. Well, people are mad. They certainly are, Patricia. Me, for one. I have to say, I've been out on a boat in some rough weather, but never anything like as rough as this. And I would hate the idea of being there, to be honest with you. And someone having a trot round in pink. Well done, matey. You're very tough. There we go. And I don't know whether I can show you, but there is someone who's and, Go that way, sweetheart. Thank you. Thank you. Oh dear. Little girl was having a lovely time, but getting blown about. Like, my goodness, look at that now. Now, that is a sight you're not going to see in the UK very often. My goodness. I have to tell you, that breeze, there's got to be 65, 70 miles an hour at the very least. It's blowing a hoolie. But there you go. We are Brits. We can put up with it. I don't know whether we want to put up with it for very long, but the reality, of course, see that chap there is really leaning down in front of the. Oh, he's taking his seat now. Good Ben. Okay, let's get a bit closer. My goodness, it's blowing. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you've enjoyed this little view. Let's see what else everybody else has said. 2013 was bad and I've seen much higher seas. Well, yes, it all depends, I think, Barbara, on the direction of the wind, doesn't it, mate? It's one of those things. Evergrade is getting a battering. I think she's had a... Wow, look at that. I think she's had a worse battering than that at different times in her career, don't you? My goodness. Well, I have to tell you, that's the most dramatic scene I've seen at the port of Felixstowe in the 20 years I've lived here. And you can feel like, or see, I think, the car being shaken, rattled and rolled. We're getting well battered here. So there you have it, folks. I'm going to say to you that I'm not going to be staying very long. I have other stuff to do. So I shall go and do a news story that I really have to do. And in the meantime, I will say, if you've been watching, thank you so much for watching. And I'm just trying to work out to see the screen through all the rubbish on my glasses. Okay, there you are. So we're down at the seafront, at the viewpoint at Felixstowe. We're looking out across the harbour towards the Evergrade, laying alongside berth 9. And we'll say, if you've been watching, thank you for doing so. And I'm Chris, this is Felixstowe Live, and we will, I hope, see you soon.